Hi, my name is Gary too. I am the jazz corps instructor here at the National Guitar Workshop, and this is my 5th year here, and I still really enjoy it.
So what kind of workshops do you teach, Gary?
Generally, your fundamentals of jazz involving scales, chords, arpeggios, repertoire, some theory, and basic improvisation.
And a lot of the folks who come here, it seems like there's a mix of kids, 16 and under, and old guys like me, 40 years or over. What are the challenges in teaching a mixed audience like that?
I would say the biggest challenge is to try and connect with people of all ages. Trying to make sure that the younger students have something that they can sort of take back to their rooms that evening, so to speak, and practice and in concrete. And for the adult students, it's more more filling in gaps and where because a lot of them do already have experience playing guitar, playing music, but filling in or also sometimes correcting some information that they might have and making sure that they can sort of utilize it when they leave the workshop.
And tell me a little bit about how we'll wait for that background noise. When you were learning and you described kind of playing many hours a day, just tell me a little bit about that.
Well, gosh, I think it started when I was around 15, and I started to get into jazz just from having heard it, and was thinking, wow, this is incredible. What are these guys doing? I really wanted to figure out how they were playing what they were playing, and it led me on to doing some pretty obsessive compulsive sort of practicing habits. Like sleeping in the afternoons, waking up in the middle of the night to practice so I could be fresh minded, and doing that for close to 6 months, I think. And then in college, it was never leaving the dorm room and just practicing practically every spare minute I had. I mean, I went to school downtown in Chicago, and they say that the entire downtown is your campus. Well, my campus was like my dorm room basically. So I never, I rarely went out, and didn't have to leave the building to go to the cafeteria, to my classroom. So I rarely ever left the building, really.
So you were destined to be a music nerd or a teacher, or?
Yeah, I mean, I remember kicking people out of my room, because I lived on the music floor, and there were, it was the floor full of music students, and there was a handful of guys that just was always wanting to hang out in my room and never practicing. And I remember one day I told them, hey man, tomorrow I'm going to be really busy, so don't come by my room, don't knock on my door. And sure enough, the next day he was banging on my door, right around that time, and I just lost it. I was like, I think I threw a book at the door, actually. I said, get away from my door, I told you I'm not going to be hanging out, And so, I don't think they came calling ever again after that, but that was fine with me. So,
what's the most fun for you in teaching at National Guitar Workshop?
the most fun is to, kind of like giving one of these special interest clinics when I have a student that, says, I've never been, nobody's ever explained it that way to me, or it makes so much sense now, That's really, the most satisfying thing, just to be able to see that you're actually, helping somebody understand their instrument a little bit better, or music a little bit better, so I dig that.